I'm going to give you three examples of movie stars' natal sons to give you a little bit a clear vision of what a natal sun is. So I'm going to give you examples through three, and a little surprise towards the end for people who really want to dig into something advanced. I'm always going to go back to it anyway. So here we go. The first example is going to be Brad Pitt. And Brad is natal sun is this round icon right here. And when you do your natal chart, you'll find, depending on where your sign is, and like I said to you in previous videos, where your sign lands in what house. So Brad Pitt is actually two fire signs. He's a Sagittarius in the first house being Aries. And he's in the first house. Basically has to do with self, him, his image. He has something to teach the world because he's a Sagittarian. He has something to give to the world, whether or not it's it'll it'll run through or not, depending upon when. But he has something to give to the world. The second example I will give you is Chris Rock. Chris Rock is Chris Rock. His natal sun is 18 degrees. He's Aquarius, which is an air sign, communications. It's very successful. It's in the career zone. It's an air sign. And it looks as if he's a double Aquarius because his natal sun landed in the house of Aquarius in the 11th house. Now, if he was an Aquarius in the 7th house, he would be over here on the 7th house of Libra. Okay. So Chris has it's like double communication because air signs are usually communication. They deal with the outer world. And he's also in career because he's in that career zone, which I spoke to you before, which is the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th houses. So basically, Chris, he has a very, very he has an energy about him that his comic ability has also somewhat teaching aspects of groundbreaking because his moon is also in Aries and his AC is in Aries. Aries also are icebreakers. They break things, like they discover things. They bring things to light. So Chris being a natal sun in 18 degrees as an Aquarius, as an air sign, you can see how he communicates through his comedy on issues that are important to him. All right, the third example I'm going to give you is also really a good one, is Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence, her um, her natal sun is in Leo. It's in the ninth house of Sagittarius. Leo. She's the queen of her jungle is the lion, and groups and friends, and she collaborates. She brings that energy, but the ninth house is Sagittarius. The ninth house is teaching, and um, she also has a Sagittarius AC. But I'm just showing you this icon right here is her natal sun. It's 22 degrees, and the degrees, there's different interpretations, but we'll get into that later. So basically, all three individuals that I'm showing you, Brad Pitt, Chris Rock, Jennifer Lawrence, their natal suns have a significant, they illustrate their energy. But my surprise to you, and for the advanced, is that you want to learn a little bit more. Each three of them have a planetary pattern, which stars form different shapes of like patterns. So each three of them have a pattern called a yod. If you go to Cafe Astrology, you can see a little bit of a good write-up about a yod. A yod consists of three planets, and they make a formation. And this formation is a lot of astrologers like it, a lot of astrologers don't. I particularly believe in life patterns, and I do believe in planetary shapes. And I do think my experience, I've seen significant meanings behind them. And the yod is called the finger of God. It's called the finger of faith. And it forms like between three planets, it forms like a witch's hat on a natal chart. So here's the formation. So this formation is between Pluto. Here's Pluto. And it goes sextiles, which is 60 degrees, goes to a natal sun. And this natal sun is Diana, the Prince of Wales. And the Pluto sextiles her natal sun, which her natal sun was in the 7th house, and she was Cancer. She was a natal sun Cancer in the 7th house. So over here, this is her sun. That's a part of fortune. But Cancer, she was a Cancer in the 7th house. All right. In this formation, trimmed her Jupiter, her natal Jupiter in the 2nd. So that was a yod. Yod basically is the finger of faith. It's a calling. It's something whether or not the person that owns the natal chart will accept or carry out a mission in life that's very meaningful. But apparently, if we drop back and go back to Brad Pitt's, Brad Pitt's yacht is Neptune. It's between Neptune. It looks like it's between Neptune and Pluto, sextiles, and it goes down to his natal Jupiter. That's Brad Pitt's. Brad Pitt, if his mission is now or if it succeeded, I don't know. But as a Sagittarian, came into this world to teach. His yacht is probably an indication of New Orleans. When New Orleans flooded, Brad Pitt made several houses for those people. He's very charitable. He put a lot of money into charities, different charities. He's a very interesting guy. Whether or not his mission in life, that mission in life, was it? He built those houses for those poor people in New Orleans, which didn't do too well. I don't know. I mean, we've just got to keep on our eyes on Brad Pitt and see whether or not he comes up with some other significance. The other one was Chris Rock. Chris Rock has a yacht too. Natal Sun, sextiles 60 degrees to his AC, which trins to his Mars in the sixth house, natal Mars. I think he also has. He's got two yachts. That's one. The other one is Neptune, Pluto, and his AC. He also has a grand trin, which is natal Jupiter trins his MC, and his MC trins his Uranus, Pluto in the sixth house, which is a lot of fame. But he also carries a yacht, two yachts. So here, if we look at Chris Rock's comedy, you can see his grand trin plays a big part because Jupiter expands. It trins his MC. Pluto trins his MC, which is very significant as gives an individual extreme power or drive, which I know Chris Rock pretty much has. His two yachts are significant as to say the finger of God, a certain meaning, that pattern of a witch's hat. It's an indication that it's almost like it's like a mission, whether or not the native actually wants to fulfill or carry out, or it just comes at them. The Will Smith incident is a classic example. So Chris Rock handled it like excellent, right? So he showed a lot of decency. He handled that situation pretty damn good. So obviously that slap went worldwide. It was a horrible thing. But that's sort of yachtish because it took him to a higher level in his life. And going to Jennifer Lawrence, her yacht basically is an interesting one as well. I don't know if you guys remember, But Jennifer Lawrence, um, she's an actress. Um, like I said, her natal sun is 22 degrees. She is a Leo in the ninth house of Sagittarius, or Sagittarius AC. She has that quote unquote teacher mindset. She has a yacht. Wonderful actress. Very, very funny. Um, she could be very comical. But if you remember, you go back to the 2000s. Once Jennifer Lawrence came out and said that she wanted equal pay for women in the movie industry, it was a big splash. Almost, it almost, in my belief, overrided her career. Uh, that's my opinion about it. She kind of it far succeeded her career. That's what I believe, because if you looked back then, she was a generational actress. But once she said that, I think her name expanded beyond her career. And I think that was her formation of her yacht. And I do remember that. And I do think she has two as well, which is her. I'm not quite sure, but I think it has to do with her Pluto, either Neptune, Saturn, trining her moon. But her yacht um, is definitely with her natal sun. It sextiles to her moon, 60 degrees, that blue line. Her moon trins her Saturn, which is was that 180 degrees? Yeah, it's 180 degrees. And that's her yacht. So her calling was significant. She had to teach or bring out equal pay for women in the actors world in Hollywood. Yeah, it's very significant. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to answer questions and stuff like that soon. I'm going to go back to yachts. I'm going to go back to patterns. There's several different patterns, formations. We're just going to keep on keeping on and making videos. So send your questions if you have any. Thanks for listening.